talk about biblical sexuality education all the time. And like Mrs. Kaide Yusuf was saying, when we were in school, right, to see things like pornography, porn, you would have to go out of your way to look for it. But you know what's going on now? Porn is looking for you. Porn is looking for our children. And I know, because by the grace of God, I've got 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. My first 2 children are in the university. And my youngest is doing, what do you guys call it? Junior WAEC. Even as we speak, she's taking a break from the federal and she'll be taking the NECO soon. So I know what you guys are up against every day. And I just feel for you. And many of you are getting yourselves involved, tangled in one sexual thing or the other because you don't even understand what it means. There's an adage that says, when the purpose of a thing is not known, what happens? Abuse is inevitable. So more often than not, you guys are getting involved in one sexual practice or the other, and you don't even know the effect. Let me tell you something today. If you don't pick anything else from what I'm saying today, please understand that sex is not just a physical joining, it is also a spiritual joining. What did I say? Sex is not just a physical joining, but also a spiritual joining. And I'm going to prove to you that sex is a spiritual joining. Are you ready to listen? I'm going to tell a story. Story. I thought you guys were tush in this area. I thought you would say story. Story. Once upon a time. Now we're talking. So a handsome young man. This is a true life story. A handsome young man, really cute. Handsome guy, very cute. You know how those cute guys are. So, all of a sudden, this guy began to bark like a dog. I've been using this story for years to illustrate. Thank God, Pastor Adeboye used it again because it happened to him. The matter was brought to him. This boy began to bark like a dog. All of a sudden. And, by the time his parents were called in and all that, and they were taking him from place to place, he ended up at the redemption camp. And Pastor Adeboye came and ministered to him, prayed, and said, okay, first, may I quote from the Bible, just to buttress my point. 1 Corinthians 6:16 says, whoever has sex with a prostitute becomes one with the prostitute. Let me break it down for you. What that means is that you're going to repeat after me. Whoever, I can't hear you. I thought you guys were tush. Whoever or whatever you have sex with, you become joined with that person or that thing. So basically, that's what 1 Corinthians 6:16 is saying. And then the pastor said, this boy has gone to have sex with a dog. And that's why he's barking like a dog. And until God himself shows mercy, there's nothing I can do. True life story. I heard it before. Daddy Gio said it at the redemption camp. I think it wasn't at the last Holy Ghost service or the one before. I'd heard this story years ago from 2 of my senior pastors. And so they began to pray, and this boy who had been barking like a dog eventually, finally began to speak like a human being again. And then his family asked him, Mbo, look at what daddy said. Is it true? He said, it's true. What made you go have sex with a dog? He said he confided in a friend of his, and he was always waking up. That he was always waking up, always having these sexual feelings. And he didn't want to get a girl pregnant. So he confided in a friend of his who said, you don't need to find a girl. All you need is a chicken or a dog. And so this young man had a dog at home. Forgetting that, or maybe he didn't know, that Leviticus 18:23, the book of Leviticus 18:23 says that you should not have sex with an animal. It is confusion. So he had sex with a dog. And let me tell you something. He wasn't the first person. By the grace of God, I'm going to be 50 this year. From when I was in secondary school, I'd been reading about people having sex with animals. If you've ever read Master of the Game by Cindy Sheldon. It was recorded then. I read it when I was about 11. God help me. It's not a book I will give my children, my teenage children. So it's not like we like to say in Lagos, it's not a today matter. But this is what I think. God allowed that boy, because many people had been doing it and nothing was happening to them. Nobody could see. But I believe God allowed that boy's experience to reflect like that, because it had become rampant amongst our children and we needed to learn. So understand it today. Sex is a spiritual exercise. Whoever or whatever, after all, he didn't have sex with a who, he had sex with a what, and he became joined. And what was his issue really? That's why I like to define sexuality very simply. Sexuality is not about whether you're straight, whether you're gay, whether you're bisexual, whether you're heterosexual, whether you're homosexual, whether you're asexual. Your sexuality basically, I got keyboardist, are you ready? Is your ability to have sexual feelings. What did I say? Your ability. Oh yeah, give me drum beats now. If it's club now, you'll be doing bang bang ding ding. Oh yeah. Your ability to have sexual feelings. What did I say? I can't hear you. No, I just need a drum beat. Bang, bang, bang. Not all this. Thank you. Just to follow or even if it's just your keyboard beat, your ability to have sexual feelings. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Your ability to have sexual feelings. What did I say? Your ability to have sexual feelings. Again, your ability to have sexual feelings. So basically, that's what sexuality is. And what are those sexual feelings? Let me give you a couple of examples. One for girls, one for boys. Boys, sometimes you wake in the morning. What happens when you wake in the morning? Okay. Let's keep it PG. Your penis is standing, yes or no? Some guys have never experienced it. It's fine. But is it a common thing for guys? Exactly. And one guy ran to me and said, "Hey ma, every time I wake up, I find out that my penis is standing. I said, am I normal? Is it a normal thing?" And I taught him, I said, it is absolutely normal. It is absolutely normal. It is absolutely normal. Thank you, sir. Now for girls. Girls, sometimes, for instance, this morning, when you were bathing, I don't know what time it began to rain around your area, but sometimes when you're in the bathroom and the weather is cold, and a cold breeze, and you're naked, you're about to bathe, you're about to take a shower. Babes, why are you laughing? Cool down now. I haven't even said anything yet. What's up with you? Why are you getting all excited and fluttery? So, girls too, when you want to bathe, and the cold breeze blows across your chest, what happens to the breasts? That's because a girl ran to me one day. I said, "Hey," as I was about to have my bath, "Hey, the cold breeze blew across my chest." And my I said, Your what? Say, my nipples became what? They became hard. He said, "Ma, is it normal?" And I told her, it is absolutely. But then she asked a question. She said, and the boy too asked me, "But what do I do about it?" So I taught them this song. It is absolutely normal, but do absolutely nothing. It is absolutely normal, but do absolutely nothing. It is absolutely, but do absolutely. Thank you. Because here's the thing. The devil will come in that morning. When what do you guys call it? Konji? Hello? Like I said, I've got children. And we talk about these things. At least I try to talk about these things openly. So sometimes in the morning you hear one song in your mind. But I enjoy so peace. And you know what's up? You know what that song means? Hello? That song is simply an advertisement for masturbation. And what is masturbation? When you use your hand or some other object to touch your private part for sexual pleasure or sexual release. And this is what scares me. For those of us who are teachers here, if you go online and check, most articles, 9 out of 10 articles will even encourage teenagers to practice masturbation. However, nobody will tell you. Most people will not tell you how addictive it is and how it stops a person's progress. Story. One day I had the urge to call a young man and tell him, stop masturbating. The guy was about 28. He said, oh, mama, how you take no? I said, look at you. The Lord said I should tell you stop masturbating. No. He said, mama, I only do this thing once or twice a week now. I said, God said I should tell you stop it. 4 years after, I saw him again. I said, honey, I hope you have stopped masturbating. He said, mama, why are you making a big deal out of this? I only do it 4 or 5 times a week. From once or twice, he had graduated, in quote, to 4 or 5 times a week. And you know what broke my heart? For those 4 years I hadn't seen him, he had not made significant progress in life. The same face-to-face he was living in when I called him is the same face-to-face he was living in when we met again. Not even to take room and parlor. He was still staying in one room. A 28-year-old between the ages of 28 and 32. No significant progress in life. I pray for you. You will make progress. And one thing that I know can stall progress in young people is this issue of sexuality, sex and sexuality. And that's why the devil is attacking you guys. And it's serious war. So you have got to be careful. Yes, some of you will say you're not masturbating. But the one now they do safe, pass down one. Yes or no? Porn. Let me give you the definition of porn. Porn is any material that makes you want to have sex or makes you visualize a sex organ or the act of sexual intercourse. Any material, not just visual. So all those nudes, some of you girls will be like, oh, my mommy just bought me this new bra. I like the way it's just pointing my breast to heaven. Let me take a selfie and send to Mamadou. Then some of you guys will be like, oh, this new boxers my daddy got me. The boxer is really boxery. Then you, in the morning, early in the morning, you now take a picture. You want to take a selfie and send it to Victoria Baby. And you guys think that what you're doing, you guys consider it to be fun. You guys consider it to be okay. I shake my head for you. And some of you, the songs you sing, baby, follow my command, like so. Well done. God bless you. You are doing a great job. All of you that sang, give yourself dirty slap. Yourself or not your friends. Hello? You know my issue with you guys? Most of you don't even know the rubbish you're singing. You don't understand. Let me tell you what that song means. That song means that the girl, when a guy is telling a girl to go down on him, that's oral sex. So. Y'all don't know? What you people commonly call blowjob. That's what you people have been singing without knowing. And these are deep. So when you even know, you're even singing what you don't know. When you now begin to know, you visualize those things. And let me tell you something. The more you visualize them, the more you want to practicalize them. Some of you, let me tell you something. If you hear about child molestation, most times it is a function of pornography. Go and find out. Because when somebody watches porn or views porn, and there's nobody around for that person to practicalize with, some of you will watch porn and the devil will whisper into your ear, there's nobody around. But your baby sister is there. Yes. There's nobody around, but your baby brother is there. I met a young girl, 12 years old. Beautiful young girl. Very innocent looking, low cut. 3 men were molesting her. One of them was her father. He will play porn for her. Call her into the room when her mom is away at work. He had more flexible hours. Play porn for her on his phone and molest her. They play. They watch her and go. It's coming back to bite. And some of you will be like, and there's a lot of homosexuality amongst you guys. And I just wonder, what are you guys thinking about? And people come and tell me, the Bible does not say, there's nothing wrong with being a homosexual. Let me tell you something. I'm not a Muslim, but I know that the Quran condemns it. I saw one Alaja. Yes or no? Absolutely. And I know the Quran condemns it. I know the Bible condemns it. And let me tell you something. Assuming you don't even believe in the Quran or the Bible, at least you should believe in medical science now. Because doctors have found out. What do homosexuals do? Oh, may I quote from the Bible just to buttress my point? Leviticus 18:22 says, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination." Do you know what an abomination is? Do you know the effect of an abomination? Let me gist you. An abomination, the effect of an abomination transcends generations. From generation to generation, gay will always be there. There are three kinds of sins. When you tell a lie, it's a sin against God. Or you cheat, or you steal, it's a sin against God. When you engage in sexual immorality, it's a sin against God and your body. When you engage in homosexuality, it's a sin against God, your body, and your generations to come. How many of us know this song? This Christian song, "These are the days of Elijah." We know the song. "Behold, he comes." We know that song. You know who sang it? Donnie McClurkin. True life story. Go and check it on Google. He was raped at the age of 8 by his uncle. In fact, technically his great uncle, which means his grandfather's brother or his grandmother's brother. 5 years after, you know, the first time it happened, he was 8. 5 years after, how old was he? 13. He was raped again by another man. Guess who raped him this time? The son of the man who raped him the first time. Yes. So that's why I said, from generation to generation, gays. So you who are practicing homosexuality, feel free, go on song. Because one thing is certain, if you have children, at least one of them will be gay. And if your children have children, at least some of them will be gay. But you know the beauty of this life? I read somewhere that the greatest sex organ in this life is the mind. And I realized the moment you make up your mind, I'm not going to do this again, the power, the strength will come from somewhere and back you up in that your resolution. I have 2 friends. I have a friend and a cousin who were lesbians when they were in secondary school. Today, by the grace of God, they're happily married with children. So if you make up your mind that you're not going to do it anymore, that strength will come. And I want you to sing this song with me. Today is the day it stops. Again, today is the day it stops. Again, today is the day it stops. Again, today is the day it stops. Thank you. And I always tell boys, some of you people be like, me, I'm not gay. Yeah, I'm not gay. I don't even masturbate. I don't watch porn. But if I ask you, do you have a boyfriend? Especially you girls, do you have a boyfriend? You'd be like, oh, yes, well, okay, so. And if I'm like, tell me a little about your boyfriend. Why are you laughing? I have 2 daughters now. I know how you people do like Indomie. So you guys were like, okay, so, oh my gosh. So I'm dating this girl. And it's like, so it's not like we have sex or anything, but they play. Because one day, somebody say, one day, something will whisper into your ear, go see your guy. And the day you go, guess what? The devil would have packaged you now. There'll be nobody at home. with the guy. And the guy too will be like, oh, my girlfriend and I, we've said we're not going to do anything, no. And the devil will just remind the guy of one very popular song back in the day. Mommy me yo sinle, daddy me yo sinle, Amy. It's okay, thank you very much. Singers extraordinaire. Basically what that means is, your dad is not at home, your mom is not at home, the field is free, do something. That's how my friend, years back, when she was a teenager, went to see her boyfriend. And the guy touched her cheek. There was nobody at home. And of course, in that kind of situation, there will be lights. The guy will tell you Netflix and... So she was like, and the guy was touching her cheek. Of course, when you are Netflixing and chilling, the guy wants to sit beside you now because he will make sure you are seated on the couch. He will put his arm around you like this. Not be so. Experience, babes. Then you put his hand, as his arm is around you, put his hand on your. And then, that's how my friend went, and the guy was kissing her neck, and she was like, oh my gosh. And the guy was touching her, but she was like, we have to stop it. Hello? And she kept saying, we have to stop. The guy said, don't worry, we'll stop. Until he got to a point. The guy refused to stop. And that day, he raped her and took her virginity. Yeah. So continue. All these things you guys are doing, let me tell you something. This is the time to build the foundation of the rest of your life. Can I ask you a question? Have you not seen some of our promiscuous former seniors? Those ones that, if she's a girl, she had a lot of guys and all that running after her. Have you not seen some of them? Let me ask you a question. And of course, the guys too. That one that, was a big time player. He had 6-pack. In fact, I understand some guys have 8-packs. It's my daughter that told me. I didn't know before. He said, Mommy, some guys have it. I said, how did you know? She said, when some guys are playing football in my school and they remove their shirt, I'll be looking at them from the window. Mommy, I counted. There's this guy that has 8 packs. I counted. I said, egg babio. So, at the end of the day, basically, you think you're having a lot of fun. Let me tell you something. Build your life. This is the time to build the foundation for the rest of your life. I don't know what class. I believe you're in various classes. But you need to understand. Like my mommy was saying, Mommy Kaide Yusuf, what do you want to study? Do you know? What do you want to be in life? Do you know? Thank you, sir. What do you want to be in life? What do you want to be when you grow up? Thank you so much, sir. What do you want to be when you grow up? Do you know? And how can you stay focused? I have a mommy that would say, focus on your focus. What did I say? Focus on your... Again? Focus on your focus. What do you want to be when you grow up? Is it to be following all these boys that are walking? You know how boys walk with this 1.5 leg waka? They'll put their hand like this. Hike up their groin. Then go. Yes or no? Please, my darling girls, when the boys are coming like that, just tell them, excuse me, give me my space. What did I say? Excuse me. Come on, you got to say it with a whole lot more attitude. Excuse me, give me my space. And guys, there's some girls, I call them alakoba girls. They want to come. When they are walking normally, they walk like nice, decent. But when they are on a mission, you see them going, and everything is jiggly. And when they come near you, they want to touch you below the belt. Tell them, don't go below the belt. Don't go below the belt. Don't go below. Again, don't go below the belt. And I always tell girls, you see all these guys that are promising you, I will marry you. I love you. Be loving from a distance. And excuse you, girls. Romance is not a guy touching your body and learning computer science on your body. Do you know how they do now? This is what boys want to do. Bang, 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 bang. Babes, a word is enough for thee. So when they come like that, I love you, I want to be your boyfriend. Remember that Auntie KEMISOLA said, boyfriend no dey marry person. Again and again, boyfriend no dey marry person. Again and again. Thank you. Boys, you have your own song, go. Are you ready? Because the truth of the matter is you people cannot buy pampers. You cannot buy diapers. If you cannot buy diapers, you can't afford to have a girlfriend. So let me teach you your own. Boys, are you ready? If you can't afford to buy pampers, you can't afford to have a girlfriend. If you can't afford to buy pampers, you can't afford to have a girlfriend. If you can't afford to buy pampers, you can't afford to have a... Thank you. It's okay. This is not a clubhouse. Then let me teach you a couple more songs. And I know some of you will be like, when are we listening? Some of you will be like, but ma, when country catches me, let me teach you a song. Are you ready? It's a rap. I control my body. My body does not control me. Again, I control my body. My body does not control me. Again. Yes, so. One more time. So understand it. And some of you will be like, Auntie KEMISOLA, did you see that guy? That guy is so cute and I'm crushing on the guy. Oh my gosh. Well done. Let me teach you a song. Are you ready? Crush that crush. Don't let that crush you. Again. Crush that crush. Don't let that crush you. Again. Again. Thank you. Because, hello, I have a true life story. Story. My time is up, but let me just quickly rush through. This girl, she was 7, crushing on a 16-year-old guy. And she was, one day, the devil sang a song into the boy's ear. Daddy me, you sinly. That boy molested her that day. When she told her mom, like a typical old-time Nigerian mother, are you not the one that went to useless yourself? She'll be always following the boy up and down. 27 years old was this girl when she eventually let go of the trauma. She carried that agony for 20 good years of her life. Honey, crush that crush. Don't let that crush. And finally, I want to beg of you. If there's anybody who's molesting you, touching your body in inappropriate ways, touching your private parts, and telling you, hello, and telling you, threatening you, hello, in different ways, and telling you if you tell anybody you will die, tell the person, if the person is a guy, tell him, bros, now you go, meme, again, bros. And if it's a lady, tell her, sis, now you go, meme, again. And finally, I want to beg of you by the mercies of God, if after everything Auntie Kemi has said, you still find yourself pregnant. Hey, a living dog is better than a dead lion. Please don't go and abort too. Story. A lady, final year in the university, just a few months to graduate, she fell sick. She was rushed to the hospital. From the hospital, she was referred to Luth. She was moved to Luth on a Thursday. Saturday morning, the call came that she had died. Yes. What was the cause of the death? The autopsy revealed that an abortion gone wrong. Her womb had begun to rot. This story was particularly painful for me because at that point in time, I was 16 years old. I just decided that, you know what? Because this babe don't die now. All this, I want to be a virgin. I beg, make me say I get boyfriend, oh Jerry. So for the first time, I had a boyfriend. I was this cute guy that had been toasting me, you know. So I agreed to date him. But when the autopsy came out, it was very painful to me because she was my elder sister. And I told myself, Kemi, the death that killed your sister must not kill you. And so I decided I had a new goal. Leave the boyfriend alone. Forget about the boyfriend. And I decided I wanted to be the first person in my family who would gain admission into university immediately after secondary school. And that became my new goal. And this my sister I'm talking about. She had done A-levels, lower 6, she did JAMB, she didn't pass. Upper 6, it was not until she did upper 6 and did JAMB that she was able to pass enough for her to gain admission. But I, a product of the 6334 system, I did JAMB, passed. Not that I passed fantastically, but I passed enough to be able to gain admission. Focus on your focus. You will be great in life, and I will see you at the top. Amen. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together.